And we are live. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are going to have a great little discussion on how to have an empowered childbirth experience. So, if you're worried about birth, I just want to tell you right off, you are not alone. It is not your fault, and you can do this. And we're going to go into a little bit of detail about all of those things, why you're not alone, why it's not your fault. And yes, indeed, you can do this. Our goals with this workshop are to assure you that there is no wrong way to birth your baby. It is to help you feel more comfortable, more relaxed coming into the birthing scene, and also to give you the tools to trust in your body and trust in your baby. All things we're going to cover just tonight. So, thank you again for joining. I would love to have any interaction that you would like. I know I just skipped ahead on a slide there, but we'll get back to it. Don't worry about it. But I'm just really happy to see you here tonight. I'm happy that you've joined. I'm happy that you're interested. One thing is, I love to talk birth. So if you have questions, feel free to add those in the comments. If I don't know the answer, I love to do research so I can follow up with you for sure. So there is no silly answer. Well, some of them might be silly, but if you want to ask it, that means somebody else wants to ask it too. So feel free to ask away. So my name is Laura Duffy. I'm with Mainly Birthing. I am a childbirth educator. I am a birth doula, a postpartum doula, and I am just a consultant, a birthing consultant in every way. I love to talk about birth. I love to talk to expectant families. I love to talk to people who do birth work on any level, midwives, OBs, chiropractors, lactation consultants, you name it. I just want to meet them so I can connect them with the parents that they need to be connected with. So I personally got into the birth world by having children myself. I had two amazing, to me, births. Both were very calm, very relaxed. Both were very different as well. My first birth was actually a hospital birth, which was absolutely incredible, which I didn't realize was actually kind of unheard of most days. But that's what got me into the birth world. And the more I learned, the more confident I got and became, so that we ended up having a home birth as well, which was extremely fulfilling. So, why are we then talking about your birthing experience tonight? Why does that matter? Well, studies show that with your birth experience, if you have a more calm, relaxed birth experience, bonding is actually improved. It shows that baby's IQ and relationships may also improve, and that confidence, your confidence as a new mother, will actually grow as well. So, your birthing experience is really, it is just a step on the path that you have gotten yourself to take. Like, it is an amazing step. It's an incredible step. And it's still a step that when you take it, if you can have a more relaxed, enjoyable birthing experience, that's just going to set the stage for the actual parenthood piece. So, all good things. So, why are we afraid of birth? That is something that we can talk about for hours, and I have done that. But the real problem is really that just the wisdom of birth got lost. I mean, we as humans don't seem to know how to eat anymore. We don't know how to sleep. We don't know how to breathe. They have actual classes on how to breathe, and we have forgotten how to birth. So, what we need to do is reclaim that knowledge. The childbirth experience is changing. So home births have risen 20% over the last year. So you can have a great birth experience wherever you feel safe. There's been a variety of reasons that home birth rose so much in the last year, as we know what's been going on just around us in the world. But in general, the home birth has been climbing because parents are really wanting to control their birth more. And when I say control their birth more, I mean in a very safe way, as long as mom is healthy and baby is healthy and everybody is doing fine with the birth experience. Parents are really looking to be more in control of their birthing experience the way they want to have it safely. The challenge is that or our challenge was that we had a rather long hospital birth. We had no progress after about 12 hours. And our win was that we were empowered. We took birthing class. We read blogs and listened to podcasts and read books, and we were empowered to ask questions. And so we had very low intervention, even being at the hospital, which was incredible. Our success was a combination of things. It was because we had the most important questions to ask, and we had the comfort measures to keep calm and relaxed. We knew that we didn't have to stress, and that led to us being more confident, which was wonderful. So we let go of the fear. We had confidence as a new mother, close relationships. The shift occurred before our actual experience because of our preparation when we were pregnant, because we took the birthing class, because we read the books, because we refused to listen to the scary stories that for some reason people want to share. Because of all those things, we became our own advocates, and it was really just such an incredible experience. So there are 5 steps to start this journey of yours that we're going to go over. We want to release the fear that we are inundated with childbirth. We want to breathe. We want to be at one with our birthing body. Of course, we have to have that pelvic prep. It's important. And we want to set our intentions for sure. So letting go of the fear, a lot of that is with the programming that's been done by society. Any TV show that you've ever seen, any movie, you either have the extreme, like utter horrifying chaos, or the extreme, utter hysterical chaos. You don't have the calm, relaxed birth that childbirth can be, because this doesn't add drama or comedy. So that was most of what I knew about childbirth, was what I had seen on television. You also have childhood programming. Again, so many people want to share just the horrible stories. They don't share the calm, relaxed birth experiences that are completely attainable. And then you've got to find your safe place. Like a lot of people, it's really interesting because outside of birth, a lot of people are afraid of the hospital. They just are. It's just a thing. And so they're already going in to this spot to birth afraid. And then on top of that, they're afraid to birth. And just the way fear affects your mind and affects your body and how your body functions, it's really quite insane. And I'm really thrilled because I can say that, yes, I birthed in a hospital and I wasn't scared at all. I wasn't scared of the hospital and I wasn't scared of birth. Part of that could have been just naivety because I've not had a bad hospital experience. But just being able to share that and let people know that it is quite possible to have an awesome hospital birth, and it's quite possible to have an awesome home birth. But the important thing is to find out where you feel safe birthing. So that's really the key. So the next thing we want to do is breathe. This is so important. It's so simple. I do teach birthing classes, and whenever I teach the birthing classes, I get to the breathing part, and I just let everyone know. It seems so utterly simple, but if you don't know to do it, then you're not going to do it, and then your birthing will go in a very different direction. So breathing triggers relaxation. It gives you blood flow, oxygen, endorphins. Endorphins are your feel-good hormones that your body creates. And your body creates them when you're relaxed. When you're not relaxed, your body creates the stressor hormones. So, and the breathing techniques that we go over in class are just, they're incredible. And our first birth was altogether about 50 hours, and the breathing techniques really were what helped us go through it. Your birthing body, just understanding your body, understanding what the uterus is. Your uterus is a muscle. The waves, also known as contractions, but the waves, that's your body working with you and for you and with your baby. You have the hormone oxytocin flowing through you, creating that, knowing to work with it, your cervix spinning and opening, all of these things. When you're relaxed, you're able to work with your body, and that your body is just designed to do this. So getting the relaxation, getting the breathing, knowing your body, knowing what it's doing and why, all really critical things. Um, Quick little plug, as I mentioned, I teach birthing classes. So I do have the Mainly Mindful Birth class where we go into detail on the actual breathing techniques, where we go into more detail on your body, on how your body's working with you and for you and with your baby and for your baby. So it's a really comprehensive class, really fun, and it's available online. So you could start learning it tonight. Quick question on the classes. Have you already taken any birthing classes, or have you heard of any birthing classes? And if you did, what are you looking for? I know my husband and I, definitely, there's a little plug right there. So ask your questions here. It was funny when we were pregnant, our midwives asked us if we had taken a birthing class yet, and we didn't know we were supposed to. So, like we were newbies. We had no idea. And so, yeah, so we took the class. We didn't realize we were just going to be that couple that I meet every day who is just planning on going in and have an unmedicated birth, but they're just going to wing it. And I had this epiphany. I'm like, that was us. Like, our midwives told us they recommended a class that really fit with our personality. And that's a pretty important thing. There are so many classes out there and they all have a different flavor. So it depends on what you're looking for a birth experience. But all education is good education, even if it's something you don't agree with, or that's not on the same page as you. You can be like, well, that's not for me, and just it helps you to really solidify that. So yes, step 4 is pelvic prep. There's a lot of discussion on it. It's very interesting with pregnancy and childbirth. So many things in the world are controversial, and pregnancy and childbirth have not been let out. They don't get a free pass on that. They are also controversial. Perineal massage, I 100% am a proponent of it. You can do this. There's many different techniques. The one that I have learned and that I recommend, you can start doing 8 weeks prior to. And it's really just making yourself more aware of your own body, of your own tissues, and it's helping with your tissues. You use an oil, it's very calm, it's very relaxed, and it's helping to make your tissues more elastic-like, which is what you want when you have a baby coming down and out. So one of the keys that I was told when I learned about perineal massage is one of the key reasons for doing this is to help alleviate the need for an episiotomy. That is when your provider would actually have to make an incision, which is not enjoyable, and it can also help to alleviate tearing. So I wanted to avoid both of those things, so I did perineal massage. And I had a really great experience. We had, with our first daughter, she was 8 pounds 7 ounces. Second daughter, she was 8 pounds even, and I didn't have any tearing. No need for an episiotomy. Honestly, episiotomies are not, at least where I am at the hospitals, it's really not a big thing. It is something you'd want to talk with the care providers that you're working with on how often they do that. But anyways, we didn't need an episiotomy. We didn't have any tearing. I'm a proponent of perineal massage. I feel it helps incredibly. Definitely do your research. But again, it's something you can do prior to birth, and some providers do perineal massage during the birth process. So these are things that you'd want to talk with your specific birth provider. But they're just really important things to know, to even ask about, because if you've never heard of it, you wouldn't know to ask about it, so you wouldn't know it's a thing. What I tell a lot of parents that I work with is when you're birthing and they ask you, do you want warm oil on your perineum? The answer is yes. Like, yes, you do. And then I found out that not all providers ask you that. So all good things to have in your back pocket to at least educate yourself on and make a decision. Because again, it worked for us, but it's not for everyone. So just knowing these topics, knowing that these can be options, knowing to discuss them with your care provider. So, and then step number 5 is setting your intentions. Like, what kind of a birth do you want? Not everybody wants an unmedicated birth. Not everybody wants a medicated birth. So, like, what does your birth scene look like in here and in here? Like, what is it? What is it that you want? Because that is really the key here. Is it's not about what your partner wants or what your mom wants or what your cousin wants. It's what you want. What do you want it to look like? Who do you want to be at your birth? How do you want it to feel? Like, all of these things. You get to decide this. And once you have like a picture, then you can make the steps to bring that picture into a reality. So these are all things that, that you should be thinking about and researching. Because again, when you go in and just wing it, you're really just going in to agree to whatever anybody says to you if you just don't educate yourself. Because I know it's so cliche, knowledge is power, but it's 100% true. If you haven't researched it, then you're not really going to be able to make an educated decision. So I encourage you to research. And there's so much out there. I've been in the birth world I've been a mom for 15 years, and I've been teaching classes for 13 years, and I still learn new stuff every single day. And I've been a doula for like over 10 years. I've done a lot of doula birth stuff, and I'm still learning. So it's a lot of fun. So what we don't want to do is wait to educate ourselves. We don't want to wait to practice our breathing techniques or our perineal massage or whatever we decide that we want to do. We don't want to give our power away. Again, when you go in and you've educated yourself, then you can make good choices. And I always encourage a birth plan, and that is also controversial. Like, everything is controversial, but I do encourage a birth plan with the knowledge that, you plan the important things in your life. You plan your wedding, you plan a new house, you plan all of these things. They don't always go exactly as you want, but you plan it so you can make the right decision. And when you plan it and you educate yourself, then if you do have to steer from your birth plan, you're confident that you made the right decision for yourself and your baby. Like, because you want to keep yourself and your baby safe. At the end of the day, that is what we want. Healthy mom, healthy baby. And as long as you educate yourself, you can advocate for yourself and keep everybody safe at the same time. And so yes, please don't wait to practice. Please don't give away your power. And please, please, please don't listen to negative stories. Yes, if someone had a bad or a not birth experience that they wanted, there is a space for that story, of course, 1,000,000%, 100 times over. There is a spot for that. Just not with expectant moms. Expectant moms really need to just focus on positive. So, why does this all matter? Because it builds stronger relationships with you and your baby. You're building your relationship with your baby right now. If you are watching this and you are pregnant, your little one is aware that you are educating yourself to help them have a better entrance into the world. You are giving yourself self-confidence, and that is so huge. You are giving yourself and your baby a stronger immune system. You're making yourself happier, and you're also enhancing your baby's IQ by doing all of these things. All good things. So, mainly mindful birth, again, it's a class that I do offer. You can start learning it tonight if you would like. It is the easiest way to go from being scared and overwhelmed to just being empowered and confident. And I was actually just speaking with a mom that I worked with today. I didn't work with her today, but I was speaking with her today. She took my class. She was 36 weeks pregnant, and she's of course she's had her baby now. Baby's like 4 or 5 months old, and she said that she was doing what she could to get ready to prepare for the baby, and then once she actually took the class, then she and her partner were like, oh my God, okay, now we're ready. Now we're really ready. So it is a really great way to just become confident and prepared. That's what it is. It's a childbirth prep class. So how the class works, you root out the fear, you trigger the relaxation, your birthing body in preparation, goes over stages of labor, comfort measures, so many parts to it. And now we're going to talk about the class. So a little bit more. So just for coming tonight to the webinar, you're actually going to receive a little piece of the class, and it is the cheat sheet. It is the crib sheet also. Oh, that's what we like to call it. We call it the crib sheet. It is for whoever is supporting you during your labor and birth. If someone is supporting a laboring mom, first off, they are amazing. Second off, they may have no idea as to how to do that, understandably. And every mom is different. Every labor, every baby, every birth, everyone is very unique. So the crib sheet really gives you a guide to help you to know what to do when you have no idea as to what you should be doing. So with our first option of the class, we've got the Mainly Mindful Birth, the VIP class. Now this is 12 video modules. It's got, plus there's some bonuses, there's bonus modules that I've been adding on because again, I'm learning every day. So you deserve to learn as well. It's got the birth intention workshop, the postpartum action plan, and then there's a weekly live group coaching, which you can be a part of. And there is a Facebook group, support group. And that is today for only $2.95 or $2.97. Sorry about that. And if you order within the next 48 hours, you will get a free one-on-one virtual communication conversation with me when you have completed all 12 of the modules. So that is just if you order within the next 48 hours. And so if you really like that one-on-one, then definitely sign up because that is for a very limited time. And then the next we have is the Mainly Mindful Birth course. This is the nuts and bolts, gives you the 12 video modules plus the bonus modules, birth plan workshop, and you get the email support 24/7, and then you get Facebook group support as well. Now this is on sale today for just $97, and if you order within the next 48 hours, again, you get that one-on-one consult with me once you're done with your 12 video modules. So any of the questions that you may have, we'll just be talking like this, one-on-one, you and me, when you're done with your 12 modules. And that is only if you order within the next 48 hours. So if that one-on-one is important to you, then definitely sign up. So what is the cost of not doing this? Well, you might not be feeling as empowered, and you might not be going into birth without fear, and you might not be going into birth making your own choices, and you might end up having experiences that you weren't really planning on or looking forward to. So our customers have a lot of wonderful things to say, and all of these slides are going to be available afterwards, so you can flip through them as well. So does anybody have any questions? This is a quick yes or no. Hey, how are you? I know like I said, if I don't have the answer, I love the research, so I can get back to you. But if you have any questions, I would love to hear them now. Thank you for being so patient through the webinar. I appreciate that. So it looks like Steve here is wondering if I am available after work today. Just kidding, that's actually my husband, and he is part of the Mainly Birthing team. So, and we will be hanging out and discussing this after work. So, but it was great. If you come up with any questions afterwards, definitely feel free to message me. So all you have to do is click the button below and you can get started today. So like I said, we touched on some of the really most important things going into your birthing tonight. And when you sign up for the class, that gives you all of the extra pieces to it. With a short webinar, I can only cover so much, but it just really, I hope that it has helped to, help you to realize that there's a lot to learn. There just is. And it can be overwhelming, and I totally get that. So starting your education the sooner than later is fabulous. So thank you so much for joining tonight. Again, we got the Mainly Mindful Birth VIP for just $297. And then we've got the Mainly Mindful Birth course itself is just $97. And if you order either of them within the next 48 hours, then you get a good one-on-one session with me. So just hit the link in the description below and get it delivered right to your email. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining in. I hope you have an awesome night, and stay healthy, stay hydrated, and stay happy. We'll see you soon.